Hi chaps, some OP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today I am bringing you some gameplay in my Tier 10 TVP T50/51. The reason I'm showing you this replay today is I've been making a fairly conscious effort to improve my decision making in World of Tanks, especially in closer games. So hopefully we can see a bit of improvement and less special moments. And this is a really Now with the TVP, I've been having a crazy amount of fun with this tank. The grind to get there was horrible. The tier 7 was horrendous. I skipped the tier 8. The tier 9 was actually really good. But this tank is absolutely insane. This is exactly what I look for in tanks. So it's got really good speed. The burst damage or the damage potential on this tank is absolutely incredible. The view range is good on this tank. You can get up to 445 without chucking binos on this tank, so you can put vents on if you want. I tend optics, not binos. I still tend to stick to optics just to make sure, even past the 445 meter view range, that I'm able to spot tanks that are well camouflaged. Especially at tier 10, you always get your pesky Russian mediums that are very well camouflaged. So at this point, obviously Northwest has been changed. I know I've done 1 or 2 videos where we've seen the change. I'll set them on fire twice, poor bugger. Well, there's a quick kill. I love to push to this position on A1, A2, regardless of whether I take the north or south spawn. In quicker tanks, you can really get here quite early on and just really disrupt how the other team sets up. I know I talk about this quite a lot. I really enjoy being able to do that, and again, fast tanks with good view range and good damage potential over a short period of time, auto loaders, OBJ 140s, T62As, even a T57 heavy tank can be a real pain in the ass once they get in advanced positions where when the enemy isn't quite set up to full strength and they can't quite deal with you yet, and they can't overcommit just because they don't know the placement of the rest of your team. So I really look to take advantage of that, and it's paying off quite well. We've got 1 kill so far. We've got this OBJ 268. We're just going to put shots just straight through the commander's hatch. There's 1, there's the 2nd. I better fluff this, course to do. 3rd one missing. Now what makes this tank so deadly, as you've just seen then, is you can unload your entire clip in 4.5 seconds. The closest comparison to this is the Batchat, and that takes over 14 seconds to unload its entire clip. Obviously there's 2 more shells, but the inter-clip reload time is absolutely insane on this tank. Your burst damage is obviously a lot less than a Batchat, which is 1980, just shy of 2000. On this tank it's 1280, but with a 20-second reload, 23-second reload, it leaves you in a really good position where you can, without worrying too much, unload your entire clip, pull back, wait the 20 seconds as we're doing here, just stay out of harm's way, and then just unload another full clip into someone. Ideally you're not going to be taking out full vehicles. You want to either wound vehicles, pin them in place, taking out the front drive wheel, so you're doing tracking damage, physical damage, and they're pinned in place for someone else in the team to do something really nasty too. Now the gun itself on this 0.35 aim time isn't, absolutely incredible, so you are going to miss longer range shots, but it's good enough where you want to get in positions where you're able to sort of brawl at a medium range, as we're doing here. Just unload the clip into the 704. That's the 2nd, there's the 3rd, missed that, there's the 4th, bit of a low roll. Now I'm not sure how many people know this, but the shells you're shooting out this tank are the exact same shells almost that come out of an OBJ 140. So you're unleashing 4 OBJ 140 shells at a tank, generally while they only get 1 shot back at you. You could literally sit and trade if you really wanted to. You don't have a huge amount of HP, obviously you don't have any armor, but it can work really well. So the C75 is obviously a little bit distracted. First shot into his tracks, we move it over just to get into the lower glacier. 2nd, 3rd, full clip into him. The OBJ next to him is down to a 1 hit. The E75 is quickly backing up. Now it's at this point, it's worth looking at the red team. They've pushed very aggressively and very successfully down the 9-0 line. We've got a couple of mediums that are scouting around their base, but our push down the 1-2 line hasn't been nearly as aggressive as theirs has. Obviously I'm sort of spearheading it in a very lightly armoured tank, so there's very little I can do to be overly aggressive. What I'm trying to do at the minute is just trade effectively as much as possible. OBJ's dead, 2nd shot into the E75, there's the 3rd, and again we've had our ammo rack hit, and we've traded quite a lot of HP just to try and push this flank, as I said, a little bit more aggressively. But for all the health that I've lost, I managed to get 3 kills, 16 penetrating hits. Obviously, some of that is from setting a tank on fire twice, so I feel a little bit bad for the T-54 lightweight. But at the minute, it's a fairly even game. Both teams' aggressive pushes have gone quite well. We've only got 2 shells left in our normal ammunition, so that just lets you know how much I've been shooting in this tank and how quickly you can go through your ammunition. So you got to be a little bit careful about how you use your ammo loads out. I can see just from rewatching this clip that I have too many too many heat shells, sorry, HE shells. They should probably go to APCR, because there's no point having a clip and a half of HE. A clip should usually be enough. Because of the way I've got my control pad as well, you'll notice there are occasions where you'll see me switch to an ammo type, which isn't the best. Now that's not from that's not intentional some of the time, since I have ammo change as the down on my D-pad and reload on the right on my D-pad. Sometimes when I'm just flicking through, you'll see me just switch to HE. In fact, you'll see it in this video when it's absolutely pointless. So we've got to the point in the game where it's not a stalemate, but everyone's aware of where the enemy team are. They're aware of where we are. We know where they are. So what we've got to look to do is to take advantage where we can. So I know I've got good view range. The T-54's got good view range, good camo. I've got good camo on this. The crew's good. There's a kill. Boom. Perfect. Great shot. So what we need to do is to utilise positions where we can spot them for the other tanks in our team to get shots at them without risking our HP. They've got a lot heavier armour, a lot bigger guns. So it's an interesting sort of trade-off. They've got an OBJ-140 that can do a little bit of scouting for them. And as you can see, he's been quite aggressive, pushing the ridge just to keep everyone spotted for his heavies and his TD that are on B4. So what I've decided to do is to outflank the OBJ-140 just so he can't push over and he thinks I can get flanking shots at him. There's no way he's going to want to have 1280 damage thrown at him. So hopefully that should keep him from pushing the hill and stopping spotting everyone. You'll notice I've got HE loaded. This is a complete mistake. This is, as I was saying before, obviously a misclick on my D-pad, and you'll notice it almost cost us fairly dearly. We've got their entire team spotted while ours isn't. So this is the position that I said before that we wanted to be in. Able to keep their team spotted, putting shots into them without our entire team taking retaliatory fire from them. Look, HE, 178. If this wasn't HE, if there was any other round, it'd be going straight through him. I'm wondering why he's not dead. I'm thinking, oh, am I going into space armor on the side? Let's just aim for the front. We'll just go through that. Nope, it's because I had HE loaded. I should have taken out that IS-4. And I was a little bit concerned the OBJ-140 was counting my shots and would push me. With the health I've got left at the minute, 440, he would have to roll quite high on his RNG to actually take me out in one shot. So I was concerned until I got to about 3-4 seconds left of my reload. And I knew if he pushed up, took a shot into me, I'd clip him out, and it wouldn't be too problematic as long as it wasn't too aggressive. Now, it's still quite cat and mouse at this point. What I'm trying to do is just to spot them again, just to make sure they haven't moved, see if the rest of the team get shots in. As you can see, they know exactly where I am. As soon as I was spotted, they threw a shot straight at me. So it's time to relocate. We can't stay here much longer. They've got my position whittled down. We catch the STI running. Or not running, that's not the correct term. He's climbing over the hills to get a better position himself when he was unspotted. OBJ-140 is back down the hill. My position here, I hope, would stop the OBJ-140 pushing. Obviously, he's continued to push. You know, he's assessed it. He knows I can't poke out just because I'll get smashed as well. And the IS-4 below us is actually clanmate Chalky. I didn't actually realise. That's why I keep looking at him, and I realise it's Chalky, and I think, bloody hell, there's a chance he's going to push me and just smash me here. So with the OBJ-140 to my right, M103 to my left, and IS-4 beneath me, I'm kind of just being patient and hoping someone makes a mistake that I can take advantage of. M103 did the mistake. We managed to take him out. I'm fairly safe here. You know, I know they can't shoot me. I know they can't see me. I know that E4 is very tempting. What I'm trying to see is if he takes a shot or gets distracted, can I sneak a shot into his cupola? I aim in, put the shot, goes over him. I was quite lucky he was moving. If he was, he may have had the time to aim in and just ping my cupola and just take me out. This tank's got quite a tall silhouette. Unlike the Batchat, which I suppose is the nearest comparison. So it's you got to be a little bit careful sometimes, especially in situations like this where you're taking lingering shots. So we've managed to pull it back to a 4-2. We've taken advantage of the situation. We're in our superior view range and have managed to mitigate the armour they've got. Obviously we've got that idiot on the Skoda T50 killing himself, so we're down to 3-2. The OBJ140 is looking just to circle to death this TD we've got on our team. So I'm trying to decide what's the best way to help him here. I can stay where I am, try to give him overwatch protection and give him cover fire, but realistically I don't have the gun depression to do that without exposing myself either to the 140 or to the E4 that's hiding. I get a glimpse of the 140, I think I'll get a shot in, no, he pulls back in cover. So he quite wisely is going into town just to make it an absolute nightmare for that TD to go after him. There's plenty of places he can hide in the nooks and crannies. And then I spot the E4 and I realise he's been quite aggressive with the TD. The OBJ140 and the E4 between them are pretty confident they're just going to take out this lone TD. So what I decide to do is to go around the back of the E4, use all this cover between us to remain undetected as long as possible. The last thing I want is him turning round and me fluffing a shot. If it gets eaten into his tracks or just doesn't penetrate, he's going to absolutely annihilate me. So I've got to be very, very careful. We get spotted last minute, he realises what's happened, one shot into him, take him out. Our TD's left alive. I'm not even sure how our heavy died. Now I've just rewound the video, it's the E4 that takes him out, so that's a really good bit of gameplay by him. So I'm going to go and have to hunt this OBJ140 in the middle of the town where there's plenty of places for him to hide. I'm going to go for a full reload before I push on him. I don't need the full reload, one shell should be enough. He shouldn't be able to kill me in one shot. In the time it takes him to reload after his shot, I should have pumped all 4 shells into him. Again, that's because of this tank's intra-clip reload, which again is absolutely insane. So I decided to be quite aggressive with the OBJ140. I'm not overly fussed. Put one shot into him. He's definitely a one hit now. If he wasn't a one hit, it may have been a bit more difficult. He had tracked me as I came around the corner and just kept hammering me. I've still got a repair kit, so you know, it's sort of 50-50, but a very lucky shot. Fly around the corner, auto aim him, first shot into the tracks. He gets his shot into me, leaves me with 100 odd health. I managed to take him out. I hope you're enjoying the video, guys. If you can, a couple of the guys from EXP have got a YouTube page going. They've taught me a lot about World of Tanks since I started playing. They've made me a much better player. I'll post a link below, guys. Please check it out. There's some really, really top-notch gameplay on there. With this game ended, managed 6,500 damage. We've got our mastery, we've got our top gun, we've got our devastator, 7 kills, 25 penetrating hits. Overall, a nice game. Very, very pleased with this game. Let me know what you think, if my decision making's improved in any way. I hope you're enjoying it, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please check out the link below for the guys in the XP, and I will catch you next time, chaps.